Hey, good evening everyone, it's Monday Mindset, it's episode number 40, it's 7:15, so I know the times have changed a little bit if you're catching us on a rerun. Not really to worry about, are you? So I'm just going to give it a chance for people to log in. I really need to sort my angle of my camera out, excuse me a sec, it's all gone a bit skew. There we go. So I decided to train at 6 o'clock tonight because otherwise I end up going at a different time. 6 is my best time for training for me. Oh, not that it makes too much of a difference, but I know that's the best time for me, peak time, go out and train. Hey Nat, how you doing? So as soon as you're in, drop in a hashtag mindset explosion and put the explosion emoji in. So today is a journey to an amazing life, or stay with an ordinary life, or wherever we are. So I'm going to get straight into it. So I've been reading, more like listening to, so if my eyes are going down, by the way, I'm just looking at my notes. I've been listening to Principles by Ray Dalio. I got the book, but I just found that with the books, if I can squeeze that time in, great. On my journey to work, I've just trying out the audio books for now, along with my podcasts and stuff. So it just keeps me up to, on it basically, and that real helps. Anyway, so I've been listening to this book, and I must admit, it was a bit slow starting out, but just some real great stuff has been coming, been getting from it this last few days. So listening to it today, it was like what he's saying is that we're all faced at some point in our lives where we got to make a decision of a journey. So if you imagine there's like this jungle in front of us. So we're going to journey through this jungle. We can't see the other side, but we know there's we don't know what's within this jungle. You don't know how long it is. You don't know where it finishes. You may get sidetracked. You may get lost within there a little bit. But on the other side is like this amazing life. But basically what he's saying is that at some point in our life, we're all faced with a decision to, journey to an amazing life or stay in an ordinary life. And there's nothing wrong with an ordinary life. There's nothing wrong with where anyone is at right now. But I know for myself, my own experience, or personally for me, is when there was a time in my life, before I became an instructor, and I just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like it was for me. So I knew I had to make this kind of change, and it was. If you can imagine like this big scary jungle, maybe there's thorns or brambles, and there's animals coming to get you, whatever. And it's very daunting to take that decision, take that first step, and you don't know how long you're going to be going through that part. For it could be a day, which I doubt, but most likely it's going to be a long period of time, and it's hard. Going for a jungle, I think we'd imagine that to be quite a tough thing to do, especially if you was going through there, for a number of years. And it really made me think and kind of look back, reflect, and think about where I am, where I've gone over the last few years, where I'm going forward with stuff. So it's just really interesting. It just opened my head up a little bit more, and I wanted to share with you guys to think, look, there's always some point in our life, and have a think about when you've done that, you at the start of something, and it's that you're going to make a decision of, do you know what, am I going to stay in this ordinary life, which may be great, may be happy, but what is that? What is ordinary to you? For some people, ordinary might be debt, it might be same thing, day in, day out, not feeling that they've kind of done their worth or getting their worth. I don't know. I know I felt that I wasn't putting my worth out, but I really didn't know what that was yet. So I had to go into that jungle, I guess, a bit like the Cave of Fears. But I had to go in to find out. Had to find out about myself, find out about what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, understand what my weaknesses were, so that I could adapt and change them. And it was scary. It was a scary thought, scary process, and this reel just brought it back to me quite a lot. And even with things that I want to do in the future, it's the same. It's like there's another jungle now. So now I got to go through this one, and I become stronger because of it. I'm more aware because of that. And as long as I keep those lessons that I've learned, or I pick up along the way, then I will get to whatever it is. Now, amazing life I'm not talking about finance or anything like that. It's whatever is, makes you feel fulfilled. Success can be measured in many different things. What gives you fulfillment and feel comfortable in yourself, or whatever it is, I feel personally that it's something that's different for every single person. So it's, let's say for me, going in that journey as well, into the jungle, I've met some, like teaching, as a martial arts instructor, I've met some amazing people. People that have inspired me, people that have come from, maybe a bad past, and they turned that around. And in this year with my mindset explosion, met some really, excuse me, I'm still sweating because I'm training. I was training. I've met some real amazing people, and you know, again, it's like, wow, we hear their story about how they got to there, and they all at some point had to go through some kind of jungle. Some are doing that now. Maybe you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm stood at the jungle. What do I do? Do I stay here? But sometimes we think it's ordinary, but it's not. It's just as scary, you know, on this side of the jungle as it is to go through, if that makes sense. So I hope that's how. We imagine something, you know, I was only could be told what the other side of that jungle was going to be like, and I can't. I could imagine it. I imagined it, what it was going to be, and even now with the next jungle I got in front of me, I can only imagine. And if I imagine that, that's probably what's going to happen. If I imagine it to be, you know, great and it's this, but it's not the destination that changes me. It's the journey getting there. It's going through that jungle, tripping up, taking the wrong direction. Maybe sometimes we come back, but it's okay, because when you go, let's say you take a wrong turn, you end up coming back out the jungle. It's okay, because now you know where I go back in. You know the way, because you've learned from those things, and now you can just keep going. You'll find it a lot easier. You'll get a little bit further, even if you end up taking another wrong turn. You'll each time you go forward, you go more and more forward, deeper into that jungle, until you get to the end and you got that fulfillment of whatever it is that you guys are looking for, we are looking for. Because you know what, it's every journey is so much easier when it's hard on your own. It's definitely easier as a team. Hope that makes sense, and if you've got something from that, please share it. But the whole point in this is to think, at some point in our life, we'll come across a time where we got to make a decision of, are we going to live an ordinary life, or are we going to have like an amazing life? And to make that, get for that amazing life that you want, that's going to fulfill you, then yeah, just into that jungle, run, fight off all the demons and the beasties, and come out the other side, and that's it. We're there. We've got to where we want to get to, and then the next jungle will be even easier than the first one. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I should be back tomorrow. I got a couple of interviews this week, but I'll be out from Mindset Explosion some point tomorrow. Peace.